What's up, everyone? It's me, Dan Fernacey, and I'm joined today by the glorious Ben, our icon guy, our graphic designer, our Rano down player. So, all the changes last week were, how'd you feel about that?
I was holding down the fort for a while, but they finally got to him. They just
Yeah, we just balanced them a little bit. Just a touch, you
a
know,
little bit.
just a
Yeah.
smidge, just the smallest amount of balancing. I feel like the big one I see people talking about is the needle fastfall. What's your opinion on that one?
It's it's definitely the needle fastball. That one changes the rhythm of your gameplay. So like it takes the most adjustment. And I'm not quite there yet, so I've been like playing a lot of Clarin lately just to ease myself in.
Yeah, the frog. Rip frog. R.I.P. We'll see if he gets added again in a later patch, maybe. For you at least.
Oh, great, great. And then I can downplay him. Perfect.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, I mean, you keep downplaying him now. Like, yeah, say he's gone. He's just completely removed from the game, and then just keep the
Yeah.
downplaying going.
Yeah, you do what you love.
But today is not about Rhino. Today we're gonna be talking about the goat. The goat. So I think to start things off, I'm going to go into training mode and I'm just gonna open up Absa and we're gonna walk through. So let me switch to our beautiful game camera. The first thing you're gonna notice, even on character select, is that she looks a little bit different from when we first revealed her. And we made some changes. So we saw some feedback. I believe there was a null thread that we passed to our art team. So Mafu and Corey on our art team took a look and was able to make some adjustments. So let me get into game. We can kind of walk through some of the changes that were made. Double absent. No way. Let's go to Tempest. Let's go to her stage. Yeah, so one of the feedback that we saw is that her colors were dark compared to the rest of the roster. Something that, if you've seen how Mark, one of the concept artists at Aether Studios, how he draws Absa, is kind of that more darker, evolved style. I think kind of starting out in Lovers and then continuing into like some of the splash art he did. I think that works really well for like just drawing a more evolved her, but then when you're in game, it was just a little dark, I would say. So what we did is we went back to Rivals 1 and looked at our colors.
Yeah, the Mabsum model that was in the trailer is heavily based off of the definitive art, and it shows if you go back and look at it. But this one's more in line with Zetterburn and Olympia, and characters that are in the game. They're in-game models.
Yeah, so that was like the one change. Colors actually though isn't too crazy because just like Rivals 1, we have the palettes are set up, through code. That's how we're able to do, new palettes and for each skin, red, blue, green, everything like that. So like that was just kind of landing on where we wanted the colors to be. Also like the rest of her body, we like her fur is a bit more saturated, and she's just like a little bit lighter in general. And then the other big change that Mafu went in and did is some proportion changes. So her eyes are bigger now.
Yep, that's the big one.
Actually, yes, is a big change. That means she need a lot of her animations re-exported because her face is different than it was initially animated. That also makes her eyes, kind of more in line with the size of the rest of the cast, as opposed to her having really tiny eyes. And then her proportions were tweaked a bit. You know, some things were made thicker. I think her arms and her legs were made just like a little bit thicker than they were in the trailer. And I think she's looking great. She's looking dope.
She does. They did it fast too. They like the turnover was quick.
Yeah,
Mafu and Corey. Shout out to them.
Yeah, Mafu's work was like basically done within a week, and then Corey, you know, a day or two follow up, and then Katie, the animator Absa, went in and made any changes that for fallout from the eyes. So yeah, everyone got there working really quick, and this will be the update when she goes live in, what are we at, 2 weeks? 2 weeks from her launch?
Just about, yeah.
All right, so then the other big thing was Absa from Rivals 1. So I personally think that visually she's our best looking character to date, which generally I do think that about the newest characters. Because they're our latest, but this one in particular for sure. Not only is it the newest, but I think the whole team, VFX, animation did a great job. One thing in terms of like her high level is like whenever we're starting out a character, unless we have a reason to change them, we do generally try to keep them as close as possible to Rivals 1 design. And that's because, one, you know, in terms of dev costs, right? Like the iteration process is like expensive, right? So like a new character is, you know, about 1.2, 1.5 times the amount of time of an existing character, just because, you know, coming up with the moves is a bit of the time, but also there's a lot more time like redoing, right? Things, changing what the options are. So like that is a cost. So it's like, okay, well, if that at first we're trying to match as close as possible, that's important. And then if we're going to make changes, something like Olympia, where we're like, hey, Olympia is Crystal, she's like a grounded fighter. Should she be zip zapping across the stage with forward special as much as she does in Rivals 1? I would argue probably not. So then that's why, you know, we went in and did some moveset changes to her, move things around from, you know, her down strong, her get up special, things like that. Absa, I do not believe has anything moved. She has all of her same normals, so let's just go through them and we can see what they all look like. She's got her double jab still. Jab 1 goes up, jab 2 comes down. You can just hold the button to keep her rapid jab up. Probably going to be pretty good at ledge, like it was in Rivals 1, I would imagine. Especially because you can catch people and then go into down tilt, which was a great DI mix-up in Rivals 1. Penguin getting a lot of kills. Down tilt, not a ton of range. So even there, as you see, they kind of have to DI in, or you can only do one jab if you want to blink it. But yeah, historically, Penguin would get a lot of kills with down tilt, catching people DIing out. So yeah, that's jab. We got forward tilt again. Very similar to Rivals 1, but like the later Rivals 1 forward tilt. Initially, forward tilt was just a chain whip. If you're an OG. How did you feel about that move the first time you saw the OG Absa forward tilt?
I was like, dude, what are they cooking? This is ridiculous. I mean, does it go the whole screen? I don't know.
It did go the whole screen, yes.
It did.
Yeah.
This one doesn't. This one doesn't, though, right?
I'm pretty sure it does.
I mean, like, if you check the hitbox, I don't think it does.
I think it does, right? Isn't it just how? Yeah, it's just how it's programmed. It goes till it hits a player or the wall. So like
What?
in doubles, it doesn't. I don't think it goes past the first player. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it. Yeah, it just stops at like the first thing it hits. That's how it was in Rivals 1 as well. Like, right, it just kind of zapped. There was no tail in Rivals 1. It did have more. It did have decent startup for a tilt in Rivals 1. But then I don't remember, like, I have no idea whose idea it was. Maybe probably a beta tester, probably MSB. Let's be honest. Where we decided to do like the double hit. But that kind of became a staple for her because it kind of mixed nicely with like up tilt. She had like different ways to get people up in the air out of jab. So now she has F tilt 1, and the range is still really good for a tilt. We talked about how people falling out of her jab, jab forward tilt is a good way to make sure you don't lose that if they're DIing out. And then it also is kind of designed to combo, so you can F tilt 1 into F tilt 2. The F tilt 2 knocks straight up, so you can basically go get a follow up depending on their DI. That forward tilt.
Yeah. I was fighting Menace in the dev tournament, and he was tilt happy, and he was just destroying me with the tilts for a while. But yeah, I'm not a tilt player. I use smashes a lot, but he was really good with them.
Yeah, you're a strong stick believer.
Oh yeah.
I'm not anymore. Now that I play Maple, I had to go. Where's my? Oh, I kept it here. Yeah, I'm a tilt stick believer now. Okay, up tilt. This move's funny because I feel like maybe in Rivals 1 it looks more menacing, and Rivals 2, like with the VFX and everything, it kind of looks what you would consider, I don't know, like a normal tilt. It's well animated, got cool effects, but it's not like menacing. In her overall game plan, up tilt is like insane, because up tilt is what leads to, at low percents, her aerial combo game. At high percents, well, not this high because we're very high now. That leads to her up air, which is how she's gonna secure a lot of kills. So like getting hit by an Absa up tilt is going to be very bad if you're not DIing out. You're basically dead. DI out if you're heavy will be setting up into like tech chase situations, which she'll have some options. So that's up tilt. I think we'll see a lot of I was gonna say a lot of jab up tilt, but again, depending on how you catch them.
It's way smaller in this game.
Yeah, it's very small. That will be interesting. It's got some surprising range, but yeah, not as wide as Rivals 1. Okay, let's go through dash attack. This is a 2-hit. Kind of just push away. He's at a high percent again, so maybe let's get rid of him. Oh, I just killed.
There we go.
I was like, I'm gonna have to go finish that, but no, I didn't. Okay. Yeah. So at low percents, chains pretty well. At high percents, we'll start falling out. I don't know. Very similar to Rivals. Just like push. We'll be using tech chase, like I said. All right, let's do the rest of her normals, and then we'll go into throws and specials and all that shebang. Her aerials, her nair.
Dan, I gotta tell you, because the team keeps pinging me, your Discord pings are going crazy.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I gotta figure out. I gotta turn that off again. That's yeah. That's my Discord. I remember last week I said that. I wish it picked up my OBS. It used to. I don't know how to
Do not disturb, maybe?
yeah, I'm just gonna turn notifications off. Let's see. not disturb mode. Let's see. Okay, cool. I'll just disable sounds for a little bit. Yeah, hold on, let me get chat up too. So then, okay, they were probably saying that too.
Yeah, I'm not reading chat at the moment. I'll
wish,
read it later.
Even the do not. Last time I couldn't find do not disturb either. I literally just turned off. I was like, just turn off notification sounds. Hopefully that works. But I would love to. I would love to have an enter streamer mode. That's how my computer used to work. All right, where were we at? Oh, aerials. All right, so neutral air. Always kind of been inspired by like Mewtwo's neutral air. It's the general idea. Not quite as long. I think Mewtwo's is like, I don't know. You know how many hits that is? It's like a bunch of hits. Absa's I think is 4.
Not sure.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 is Absa. Mewtwo might be like 6, 8. I think it's a lot. It's just ridiculous. It can linger really long. Hers is 4, and then it's got like a final zap. Lots of things you do with this in Rivals 1. It's not like very disjointed though, so but people use it to bring characters back to the ground. The last hit does have decent knockback, so you can also just aim for making sure that connects. So pretty good multi-hit aerial. All the hits are like electric effects, but there's no sweet spot on it. And speaking of sweet spots, she's got her 3 sweet spot kicks. So Absa, her OG design was inspired by Zelda. Honestly, from Smash Bros. Brawl, I knew about TM Zelda when I started her, but I never like played it. So like the Cloud and the Din's Fire having some similarities was more coincidence, right? Just kind of evolved. We were kind of both evolving on what Zelda's zoning capabilities were. But I was like, hey, my buddy played Zelda in both Melee and Brawl for college, and I played against Zelda probably the most out of any character that I played against, because we practiced together the most. And I was like, here's my take on this character, because I saw a lot of it. So we did 3 sweet spot kicks, each direction. We did change up a little bit. The back air is more inspired by like Ness than Zelda. She does like a double hoof, kind of got like 2 sweet spots right next to each other. I think Trevor just set it up as like 1 in terms of the visual, but in Rivals 2 it might even be I put like the 2 little ones next to each other to basically make that hitbox. Forward air is inspired by, you know, Zelda's forward air. Down air, same thing. Zelda's down air. The sour into sweet is a thing in Smash that you can do, and it's a thing in Rivals as well. And then all of her kicks also have this mechanic. Again, playing Super Smash Bros. Brawl, there was this stage that I don't think it was actually a tournament stage. I think it was in doubles though. Luigi's Mansion, where there was these beams that you would knock over, and they had a hurt box. So like one of the mechanics would be, when you played Zelda on that stage, you could like sweet spot kick the beam, and that would make you have a hit pause, so you could basically kind of extend the active hitbox for like a sweet spot kick, which was actually pretty good, right? Because you could, like, if someone was running, you could like kick the beam and get a little bit more time, a more chance to hit somebody. So
right.
I took that idea. That's kind of what the clouds became, where you hit them, and we went a little bit further. The hitbox actually gets bigger, extends the hitbox time, just like that mechanic, and that is the inspiration on the sweet spot kicks. And last aerial, up air. Again, this is also Zelda inspired. She's got that big explosion Abscess is obviously electric because she's electric, but this is, in Rivals 1, that's how you close a lot of stocks. You can also do, just like in Rivals 1, her double jump. If you hold jump, and is it you hold jump and attack, or is it just hold jump? I forget. That's how you do a rising one. So you can cancel it by doing like a double jump cancel, or you can hold her double jump to do the rising aerial, which is pretty fun, pretty sick.
I'm super excited about the up air because I always want to contest people's moves, and her up air is going to be good at like beating out some of the great down airs in this game, like Claren, Forsburn, Rano's.
Claren might still sneak it in. Hers is insane, but yes, you're right. Yeah, like unless you got a lot of disjoint, you're not getting around this thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be close between them two.
Yeah, for sure. No, but you're right. Yeah. A lot of characters like to fall on you with down air, and not every character has an aerial to challenge that, right? So everybody's game plan's a little different. Some characters you basically just bait it, dash away, come back, and then punish the landing. But
right.
Absa will be able to challenge, kind of both with up tilt and up air, because up tilt she leans away. It's a pretty good anti-air.
Right.
So she does have good anti-air options. Okay, that's all our aerials. Let's do grabs next before we go into specials. So she's got her pummel is she hits you with her horns. It's a headbutt. We had a couple different variations of this. She had a slap originally, and we moved away from it because her special pummel, which is we'll go to in a bit, but I'll just show the animation. It's a static electricity, we call it. Is like a palm push, and we just wanted to have like a different read, so went for she smacks you with her horns, which I think is satisfying.
I love the horns.
Go through throws. Down throw, combo throw, sets up tech chase, sends behind her. I think if you DI in, if you DI in, she can get different follow-ups. She can get you in the air. You're probably not gonna want to DI this in because you do not want to get set up into kind of any of her options that are going to send you upward. Up throw, she zaps you with her 2 fingers, which I think is awesome animation. Kind of like a miniature up air in some regards, uses the same X. This one we'll probably see a lot on most characters up air, is generally their best throw just because of all that it can lead to. Forward throw, good push. Absa is kind of like, because she has Cloud, she will be using all of her throws. So that is something nice about her. Even if they're not all useful in every situation, just because of the ability to like ping pong combo, she'll want to be sending people in set directions. And then back throw is funny because she does a sweet spot kick out of it, which means it has higher knockback and higher scaling than other throws, which means eventually back throw kills. If I can
Come on, Dan.
get this Zetter to leave. Wait. Well, I'll just come from that side.
Okay.
That's DI out. But eventually it will purple. So just like kind of similar to Ness, right? In that regard, Ness has a dope back throw.
Mm-hmm. Strongest in the game.
Zetter keeping me off the ledge. He's a genius. This dummy AI is genius. Yeah, good if your back's against the wall. You can't, unlike Loxodon, like Loxodon has this mechanic with the baseball throw, where it's like if you DI the toss out, you don't get hit by, or if you DI the toss in, you don't get hit by the sweet spot axe. There's nothing like that on this. There's no like DI you can do to not get sweet spot kicked. So it's more like if you expect back air, you just want to be DIing survival DI. right away because you'll just kill you. That's her throws. Let's do specials. So her regular special set is all the same moves as Rivals. Animations are a little different, right? Like this hop. She kind of pushes off her hands when she spawns the cloud, which I think is a good visual upgrade. The pop, she says the word pop. We like that.
Is that what she's saying?
Yeah, she goes pop. Pop. And then forward special, she says go. Forward special, not too much changes to it. Just like Rivals 1, the big thing here is because of how this move works, you press B to start it, you release B to place the cloud. That means you get pretty good say over the timing. The cloud's pretty quick, but you know, depending on if you hit in front or behind them, that changes the parry timing. So that's what made this move, you know, not too predictable in terms of parry. So we'll see that again. I think we will we will see people parrying cloud, but you know, the Absa player has the leg up, you know, once they're sending it near you. We got down special, which has 2 versions, and we also have a different voice line for both of them. So tick tick is she put the time bomb on her cloud. It does KO eventually. It is set up like Rivals 1 where it sends away from the center, which means just like Combust, it's going to be getting you early KOs, depending on your spacing, a lot more than other moves, right? So you catch them on the side or going downward, you can get a kill a lot earlier than if it has to kill at the top. I think it does have a decent enough scaling where eventually, like as you saw there, that purpled off the top corner, so the scaling on it's pretty good, so eventually it will just kill. And then she has another version where she says tick-tock, and that is if you charge it, she puts it on herself, can combine that with her other specials. Again, this is just like Rivals 1. I don't think there's much mechanically changed. Frame data and stuff might even be very similar.
Is this move going to be crazy with shields? Do we know?
Maybe. Maybe a little bit. I mean, it goes both ways. You can shield it. Because, you know, that does help how scary this is. In Rivals 1, people just got so good, like, they would parry it, like, pretty consistently, right? Even though, like, with all the stuff going down, right? Like, even the melee hitbox, people would go to parry it, which I always thought was crazy. Like, when I would play online in Rivals 1, I would just, if Absa had that on her, I would just run.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, her being able to shield, just sit and shield with it on. I mean, as soon as she gets grabbed, it, you know, goes away, right? So, and hit anything, right? But yeah, as soon as you get grabbed, it goes away. It'll probably be pretty good though.
Yeah, we'll see what people do.
Yeah, and then her up special, this was inspired by Pikachu's, because I remember, I guess it was in Brawl, he already, and Melee, pretty much every game that Pikachu's been in, there's been like the quick attack, cancel, movement tech stuff that people do, like being able to edge cancel it in different ways, starting from the ground and doing different, having different properties. So a lot of that, when I made this move back in Rivals 1, I was kind of pulling from that and just doing as many different kind of movement abilities as possible, because I knew I wanted this character to be on the slower end, at least on the rival scale. So the up special is what gives you options to kind of get movement back in there, especially because if you, as long as the first dash is touching the ground at any point, then you don't go into free fall. coming out of the second dash. So you can combo it into aerials and stuff, which is fun. And then in Rivals 1, this was one of the few melee moves that actually crouch canceling in Rivals 1 worked against. It's got low knockback, so similar in Rivals 2. One of the counters to this, getting hit by this move, will just be holding down up to probably very high percents. And then let's show the special, or let's do Special Pummel and show how the specials combine with it. So Special Pummel is a new mechanic for APSA, and that is static electricity. So you put this static state on the opponent, and then if they collide with a cloud while in hit stun, so very similar to the way Maple Wrap works, they have to be like in hit stun near the cloud, in proximity. The cloud stickies to them, and then once the cloud is sticky to them, they can grab you or KO you to get rid of it. I think it also has, it might have a timer, it might not right now. I forget. It might not have a timer.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, and it's attached the same way like Poppy is, which means it's kind of like on the character's back, which means when you pop it, the person goes towards you. Here we can see, since he's not in hit stun, even though he's in static, it doesn't attach till he's actually in hit stun. And then you get to use all your different specials. So we already saw Pop. Pop's good. Pop's really good with this because like just that weak hit, you know, you can be setting up for. We see it with like Forsburn Clone, right? Like think of all the combos you get when you knock someone towards you. You can also lightning the hold neutral special. Oh, yeah, wait, we didn't go over that one here. But yeah, if you hold neutral special, she has her lightning beam. This one's insane because, you know, as long as they have enough hit stun, this is basically combos into a KO. You can like up throw. Like he's still in hit stun there. That killed. I mean, he could.
Dang.
He could. Yeah. So you want to be basically mashing B. Don't get special pummeled because that is frightening to die super early to. You can also even do down B, which is also a little bit crazy. I think at lower percents might even be better than trying to save up a neutral special. Neutral special is way more reliable in the sense that you can kind of guarantee that you're going to get a lightning, you know, a lightning bolt pretty high up as long as you land kind of anything. You can kind of confirm out of it. Very similar to honestly like Maple's tether, right? Where you land an up air and then you go for a tether nair or tether up air. APSA can kind of kill confirm with the cloud, but the down B at low percents is like you're gonna not only oh god, you're gonna not only set up for a possible kill, but like put them in a situation where they're probably gonna make some bad choices. So yeah, that's insane. So that is special pummel.
I got one more thing on the special pummel. That's pretty cool about it. If you could attach a cloud to him, so you could actually forward air and back air that cloud attached to their body, it kind of increases their hurt box in a way, which is the little things like that people will capitalize on.
That's fire. I didn't even realize we got that working that way, but yeah, it totally makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
That'll help against, you know, the Maples, the Olympias of the world when they're like, get over here. Just get hit by my freaking lightning feet.
Exactly.
Yeah. In terms of the tier list, where would you rank her special pummel compared to the rest of the cast?
It's kind of medium because it's hard to set up. Once you have it, it could be pretty devastating.
I think people see the clips from like the trailers and they assume like, oh my god, this is the best special pummel in the game. I actually don't think it is. I think it's, yeah, I think it's mid-tier just because other ones require less setup and are still really strong, right?
Right.
It's maybe even with like Maple, like Poppy, I would consider comparable to.
Yeah, probably.
Because Poppy, you get, you can get a kill confirm off of it. And it also, Poppy just like puts that pressure on. The static itself isn't a ton of pressure unless you, once you get the cloud stuck, it's good. But like, you need to have your cloud already out to like really get, like even there, the CPU was just able to DI and not get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next special, one that was not in the trailer that people are like, what does it do? Which we're about to show you is Ledge Special. Now this one's insane. Trevor did not want to do it. He was like, I remember I told him what I wanted to do, and he was like, no, that's gonna be broken. And I was like, I don't think it is. And he's like, all right, we'll try it. So Ledge Special is, she says the word move, and then she puts out a moving cloud, which is wicked. It goes the length of the stage, and it is your regular cloud just moving. You can sweet spot kick it, you can pop it, you can lightning line to it, which means the angles on your lightning line are constantly changing if you have this cloud out. You can down special it. Obviously, when I first pitched it, in my head, I was imagining this moving down special. Trevor rightfully was like, no way are we doing that. So when you down special, it does stop before it before it goes off. And then, yeah, in terms of like, what's the counterplay? How's it work? It's funny, like, right now, the way it works is it has pros and cons compared to a regular cloud. Like, yes, in terms of like getting the static and then just like waiting. Well, I'm bad at video games, but like, you know, you could have guaranteed setups, right? As long as you have time on the grab to throw. So in that regard, like getting a throw out of it is a little bit easier, but a lot of your other setup that you're thinking, like cloud pop and stuff like that, having it have the speed like makes some things easier and some things harder. So like right now, like we'll see, there's possibility that it will go, I don't know, a couple times back and forth and then eventually stop. We've talked about it only going forward, back, and then kind of stopping at where you at the ledge. Is an option as well, but when in our testing, like there hasn't been anything we found that makes it so ridiculous that we're like, we need to stop it after like a certain time or whatever. Especially because even if it, like, we also knew we didn't want, let's say it went back and forth twice, but then also it was good, right? Did you really want Absa just going back to ledge to keep setting this up? Like, is that how you want her to play? So then that's another reason why we were like, we'll see what happens. You know, let's let it go. Let it keep going. So yeah, it's moving cloud. And she also, I love it, she says move when she puts it out. And it's got like a cloud spiral swipe effect from our VFX team.
You know, I think people think Abs is like a super big brain character. I never thought that, but I think with special pummel and ledge special, she kind of becomes that. I think it pushes her over the top, because I think they're, once we see what people are going to do with these moves, it's going to be
yeah,
pretty big brain.
Yeah, I think it just gives some more opportunities. And yeah, agreed. I think I don't think she's that much in Rivals 1. I never considered her, like, she's just like a lot different vibes, but I don't think she's like that much big brain or small brain compared to the other characters. Maybe
Yeah.
absent mains consider themselves big brain though. That I could see. I think that was probably true.
They probably do. They probably do.
But I mean, a lot of Rivals characters had a similar amount of like just set play and stage control, right? And like being like, I'm a genius. Maple like throws you into Lily, right? And they're like, I'll set that rap up. And you're like, okay. No, you just put Lily on a platform every chance you get, and then you grab me. It's like, no, man. I'll set it up. Anyway. Yeah, so that is Ledge Special. Let's do the last remaining special, which is her Get Up Special, which we talked a lot through this one. Actually, wait, let's do Get Up Attack first. So her Get Up Attack is inspired by, I think this is Mewtwo. And it's like just a big, kind of like electric hit all around her. So like I think we knew we wanted to do something like this first for Get Up Attack. So then in that regard, we were like, okay, if she's going to have like a nice big sweeping, even electric hit, then we needed something with a different hitbox property for Get Up Special. Like we weren't going to do just like, you know, a large hit, kind of like Loxodon's Get Up Special, which requires lava or anything. So we knew we were going to do a multi-hit. So once we knew we were going to do like kind of a multi-hit for it, we were inspired by like Pikachu and Pichu, and she's got she says the word strike, and then she calls down a lightning bolt and it hits all around her, which is pretty good. It also, in like doubles and things like that, it does have a hitbox above you that pulls down into it. So some use there, just having like a giant hitbox above you. Could be useful if you get put in knockdown and someone's above you, right? You can kind of intercept. It is slow though, so not a huge use. It also, let's see if this is in or not. Yeah.
What?
It's got synergy. Because Rivals players love synergy. You know why? Because Dan from 2015 loves synergy.
He loves it.
So we had a couple different ways that this was going. The Cloud was going to be involved in this move. The one that I landed on, I remember pitching this to Trevor too. I was like, this is not going to be that good, but could create some just unique things that you can't get otherwise. So the idea is if the lightning bolt goes through Cloud, she pulls the Cloud down, stickies it to herself, and then gets, you know, those options. Like some of these are kind of a little useless, right? Like that people are like, oh, well, you could Thunderline wherever you want and like just get a big kill hitbox on you. And it's like, well, Thunderline has a bit of a hitbox, right? Like on the line. So like even there are times where you Thunderline kind of like a melee hit. Or you Thunderline and they're right near your body and they still get hit. So like that use isn't great. But the Cloud Pop could be useful. It gives you basically like an alternate Nair option. I think, let's see. This one's the craziest one. You can do the down B sticky without going through the charge frames. Which is a little nutty, actually. You can think about it as if this was the charge frames for it. But just having the ability to decide whenever, right? Like hit somebody, be doing something, and then do a quick one. That is actually a real possibility. Again, we don't really want people putting themselves into knockdown as part of a character's game plan, right? I know I mentioned this before, but like imagine someone like Sylvanos has a new stage control on Get Up Special, which is something I would do for sure. I would be like, yo, imagine like he's got the different flower. If Flower 2, we'll call it. If Flower 2 like puts out, and when you have Flower 2 out, the grass starts growing on the side of the stage. It starts going up. It goes under the platforms. That's something I would do. The problem is, do you really want a character who's just like constantly putting themselves in the knockdown and doing stuff. So Abscess is starting to teeter on like, hey, people might do this. We tried to make it niche enough where like, realistically in a real match, sure, it could come up, but like, I don't consider it strong enough that like, you know, people are going to be going for this setup. It's more like, it's just cool, is the vibe that we were going for. Right? It's like when you see this happen and you see Absa sticky herself, you're like, oh my god, I can't believe she could do that. That's the hope. Like, if it comes to the point where like half the match is Absa's putting themselves in knockdown to do stuff like this because of some tech, then we will revisit. But that's not the intention, right? And I think ideally as we move forward, like all get up specials, like we don't want to admit them to be so pivotal to their game plan that like, you know, people are putting themselves in the knockdown.
Dude, was this always in the game? Like, this is the first time I'm seeing the Absa backpack.
No,
like,
it wasn't. Because originally, so when we first did it, the Cloud had a custom explosion when the lightning bolt went through it. It was just like a bigger circle, and it was basically useless because like, you know, if the line didn't hit, then what are the chances someone's chilling out up here, not able to get hit by the line, but able to get hit by like a Cloud, you know, a bigger Cloud pop. So I knew I wanted some synergy with Cloud, but I basically forced Trevor to do this one, even though he's like, this is a stupid idea, and I'm like, nah, it's gonna be great, and people are gonna love it. The people who love Absa in general, like the people who like the idea of Absa, I know them deep in my heart because I am them. They're gonna love. They're gonna love this. They're gonna be like, "Yo, what the heck, man? You can stick yourself. You can get new nair. You get new nair, right?" And people like new nair. You get the instant downbeat. People are gonna be like, "Well, instant downbeat. That's broken, man. Well, you just get it whenever you want. What the heck?"
Yeah, I'm a fan of instant downbeat, I will say.
The line is a little bit. I was downplaying it because I'm like, well, the line, whatever. But even the line, you get a little bit of that hitbox behind you, right? So you can be like, you get a little bit of just like a kill move right on top of yourself, a little stall. So it's not nothing, and that I believe is all of her specials. Do we want to see some Absa gameplay? Would that be a good next step?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I could show all the strongs in our matches because I'm going to be spamming them.
Oh, people ask, what do I mean by a new nair? I mean, Cloud Pop is like a different, you know, she has like the multi-hit nair, and now she has a single hit nair, because you get, you know, the pop is on top of yourself. And it sends, well, it's just Cloud to knock back, so it sends horizontally away from the Cloud. It's a little slow. It's not going to feel like a shine. I wish. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I guess before we get into match, let me just kind of talk through her effects and stuff too. So, Corey, like I said, Mafu is the character modeler for Absa. Did an amazing job. Tony, Coconut, our VFX artist, they crushed it as well. They're pretty evenly split on like between Coconut and Tony who did which attacks. Coconut did a lot of like the bigger lightning ones, so like up tilt was like Coconut, up air was Coconut. I think the sweet spot kicks are all Tony, and then the lightning, which I don't know if everyone knows about this. There are skeletons for every character. This is Corey on our team did these. Basically like these meshes that the characters have that kind of the visibility turns on when they are in hit pause from a lightning hit. In Rivals 1 we had something very similar to this, but we just kind of like set the character sprite to white, like fully white, and then drew the lightning in the background. So we still have that property, right? You can still see Corey also created this like jaggy mesh that's behind it. So the lightning effect turned out awesome in 3D. Like it's just a better version. It's funny like the amount of work that goes into creating this, right? To create like a better version that feels good. Because just translating it from the 2D version is a lot of work, but I think it turned out awesome. So like this part's super cool. trying to think. Her this one also Coconut did the chain and the explosion. Oh, one thing that is a little different is her lightning colors. I saw some people talking about this. They're like, hey, it's too teal. Yeah, that was kind of on purpose, evolving her colors a little bit. In Rivals 1, she had like more of a bluish, steelish, like a grayish blue color. One part of it was like just like getting color that was going to stand out on more backgrounds. But another one was we were kind of inspired by Creatures of Aether, which had a little bit different colors. Phil, who was the artist from Taco Boy Studios, who designed a bunch of creatures, when he did Absa and when he did Lightning, he was pooling like more greens and yellows. And I really liked that, and I wanted to kind of capture that onto Absa. So the way that we did it was the green is like her more red, just her new lightning color on the base one. And obviously these colors change on the palettes, right? So you get, you know, like a red lightning on red palette and green, and you know, as we make palettes. So just like in Rivals 1, like the lightning colors are going to get pretty crazy. But one of the cool things is she does have 2 lightning colors now. So she has her regular lightning color, and then she has the sweet spot. So the sweet spot effect itself is a new color. And when you land a sweet spot kick, you see the sweet spot color. So on her default, that's yellow. I think it looks really good. There was a point in time where all lightning was kind of two-toned in concept phase. Calvin, who did a lot of our VFX concepts, had kind of drawn both. I like that, but I do agree it was too much colors. I managed to convince Trevor and the team that let's use that color on just sweet spot kicks. And I personally love how it turned out. Like, I think VFX animation, everything that's combining to make this character, like, she's my favorite right now, and I think just looks really good. And then sound effects, again, I think Mendon and the team crushed it as well. Like, a lot of the lightning sounds sound really good. She's one of the characters where, like, just in my head compared to Rivals 1, you know, obviously all the sounds are very different vibes in Rivals 1, and some characters we've had struggle trying to, like, blend that line of it still feeling as good, but also, you know, being a more realistic sound space. Absa, I think everything feels like as good as Rivals 1. Kind of, hopefully out the gate, you know, we'll see based on player feedback. And then her voice also really cool. Lots of really short lines that help, you know, as we were talking about, show her special. So she has go, she has pop, she's got tick tick, tick tock, and I think they're all really satisfying. So I'm really happy with the way her sounds and her VFX and everything turned out. Let's do some matches. Let's see her.
All right.
I'm going to create a private lobby. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna send it to you.
Dude, this is gonna be tough because this is Diamond Dan now. This isn't regular Dan.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've been practicing the game. All right, what region do we want? Let's do Chicago.
Didn't we usually do Dallas? Guess it doesn't matter.
Aren't you further north?
Yeah.
We can do Dallas. I do Dallas versus Trevor. And Trevor sits with no lag, and I'm like, but I think logically, Chicago would make the most sense for the two of us, because Seattle's pretty far north, it turns out. I will say, now that I've been grinding ranked, my levels look just embarrassing. I have played Atlas more than this. I don't know why I'm still level 1.
What?
But look at this. I'm level 300 something on Maple, and then single digits on other characters. The other funny thing too is a lot of these characters, like Rana was my main before Maple got added. Like, a lot of my time on some characters is like before launch. So it's funny. So like Orcane and Forsburn are two of my double digits only because they were so late that like some of my playing time on them came after. What do we want to do first? Do we want to do... You'll be Absa. That's good. Let me put my main. I'll just try hard, and then we'll just try some different matchups.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
What stages do you think Absa's gonna like?
I think when I talked to Trevor and Menace, I think they said she likes Air Armada. I think that's the one. Probably her favorite.
Air Armada. Because he doesn't need walls?
Yeah, and the ceiling's low. I think that's it. Don't quote me on that.
That's fair.
But
reasonable.
I think Trevor said it.
So one test of a character is, in general, with like new characters, is like how are they gonna deal with like rushdown, right? Because like you can make a character that in theory is like super broken, but then if they don't have like any get off me tools or like frame data to deal with, Maple and Olympia are the test. It's like, okay, well, like, hey, if you get to play your game, you're gonna be insanely broken, and then you're like, okay, well, here, try to play against a character who doesn't ever let you play your game, and see how you do.
Exactly.
I think Absa, like, historically in Rivals 1, I think this was a challenging matchup for Absa, but, you know, the Absa players were. So we had Penguin in Rivals 1 who had a lot of command of the character, which meant, you know, even if the player matchup against Maple didn't feel that bad, even if like the character at a high level.
Anyone else play Absa besides Penguin at that time? I don't.
Akashi was a really good Absa. There was like a decent amount historically. I feel like there was always, the way Absa felt to me, there was always like Penguin in Grands, if she was attending, right? Like it really felt like she was gonna be in Grands, generally against Cake, unless Cake was either not there or somehow got upset. Even when Cake got upset though, I feel like he would make it back to Grands, just from losers instead of winners. But generally, we had an Absa in like second or first, and we had one other Absa like top 8ing, right? We had like an Absa like getting 7th, and that was like a rotating. There was probably like 6 or 7 Absas who were at that level. We had like Seztels. So unlike other characters, there were characters who really felt like they were single rep. Like I think Forsburn for a while like was only Cake really getting results. Like the rest of the Forsburns were like just barely reaching top 32. But Absa always felt like she had that really high level rep and then like, you know, one other rep. I don't know how I have you at 150 when like just the final hit of up air anywhere here should KO you. So it seems like it actually seems difficult for Maple to get an Absa 150 without you dying. But
dude, he's hard to kill. Like we had that dev tournament where SBS he played me and he did not give me anything. He would not let me kill him, and that was rough. I was near the end of the bracket. I was tired. I was in Olympia, just hitting buttons.
You know what? I can see it. Yeah.
She could be tough to kill. But in general, I really like Absa because I think she's kind of like Crag in the way that you can kind of play her in different ways. I know some people think that's sacrilegious to say that any Crag plays differently, but some of them do. Some of them like camp you, some of them rush you down, you know? And I feel like Absa's kind of like that.
I think Crag, if you can get to gold or plat, you can actually like see the Crags pretty well. Because I have played in platinum, I have played Crags that literally don't use specials at all when they're on stage. And then I've played Crags where like that's like their main gameplay. You know, like they always have rocket hands. And I've seen ones where like they're only like going for dash attack stuff. So like Yeah, I think Crag is a good example of like, depending on what game they came from and their style, people play him very differently. And I agree, I think Absa will be kind of like that as well.
Yeah, she's definitely like that. Look at that, I didn't die.
Oh, you got me. What the heck? Alright, let's see what tether stuff works. Because that's the other thing too, like some of the floaties, like there you look like you're out of hit stun. So like Fleet, for example, you got to be really tight on your tether buff, your tethers, and then even then, depending on your options, sometimes Fleet can sneak in like a nair and break the tether up. And that just feels like a floaty thing in this game. So like I gotta imagine Abs is gonna have some similar situations where because she's floaty, she's like getting out of certain combos. Eventually, it just works well. What? I was not prepared. I was not prepared for this. That's so funny.
What were you holding down?
I don't know. I might have fast fell. I was not remotely prepared for that. The trade, just I had no hit pause or hit stun, right? Because it was the multi hit.
Right.
You just surprised me. Let's do one more on Maple, and then I'll. Oh yeah, we gotta use the new palette, and then I'll try out some different characters. We can see. All right. Let's...
Oh, like raster changes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What about Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, you go.
Yeah, so this is you're saying about like escaping combos because you're floaty. Like, does Absa escape Maple up air chains with ease? Is that like a thing?
I mean, you gotta hold up. We talked about this before. You gotta hold up and get out of there.
Dude, it's not working, man. I need my character to do it for me.
I mean, in terms of the tether up there, we'll see. I know right now, like based on some of the changes, people are asking if, like, we kind of need to. It's one of the moves where we need to revisit because, like, the way Trevor got the on tether specifically on Maple, if you go to the side and then you up air, the nair up air mix up is like very finicky, right? And like just minor changes to either character can be like make it you know, potentially guaranteed. So I know we're like monitoring it. I would think though, like the way historically it's worked in Rivals is like the floatier characters have like an easier time just getting out of the up air chains in general, because a lot of times like Maple or Crag just keeps falling into them, whereas like Fleet and other characters you just hold up and I can only get like 1 or 2 up airs. You do run the risk of dying though, like we just saw there.
Yeah.
On the stage with a low ceiling. You were proud because I told you to hold up, and then you're like, okay, I'll hold up. And I'm like, yes. Just wait till you're at 10% and then hold up.
You know, maybe Menace and Trevor were telling me that air model was bad for Absa because the ceiling's low. It's one or the other. I don't remember.
Oh, I gotta imagine she's gonna be killing vertically mostly, right?
Right.
Even with how good her sweet spot kicks are, like I feel like a lot of her her reliable stuff is gonna be up. Floor hugging in my favorite game? How could you?
I'm dead. No?
I told you about air dodge. Yeah,
that almost killed me.
Yeah, keep holding up, keep holding up. It's good.
Yeah, hold up. That's the advice I'm getting.
Yeah. Just keep doing it. I mean, on stage, it is good, right? If you're trying to avoid the final hit, but it's not as critical, right? The main hold up is when I'm going for a tether up air, because you don't want to. Oh, you got it. Man, I blew my air dodge so early. You need air dodge for that. But you didn't have to let me leave hit stun. Like as soon as you get that sticky, that's basically a kill.
No, I'm going for the read, man. You go for the read.
Alright, cool. I feel it. Oh no. Tech chase. After tech chase machine.
Oh, where's my parry?
That's pretty sick.
Let's go. No, this isn't happening. You're not coming back.
The Nair is cool. The Nair is cool. Yeah, I didn't have to hang out there. The down B is going to be used like that though, for sure, as like edgeguard setups. But Maple, I mean, Maple has a lot of. She's got a decent recovery, I think. On this stage, it's a little scarier.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the other character that can get in your face.
Oh man. I'm hoping this is a counter pick for her because I need to not deal with Olympia as hard.
You hope that Absa beats Olympia?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I would say, I don't know. I feel like she's gonna, you're gonna need good defensive options, right? Out of like shield pressure and stuff like that, because she's not, she doesn't got shine or anything. She doesn't have like anything super fast to like challenge when you're in sparring mode. But I mean, Olympia does get gimped, and I feel like as we showed with the down B, like there's probably setups where you can make it very challenging for her to get back.
Oh, for sure.
I saw someone complaining that because the team didn't believe me or didn't want me to make a the field is a ice cream cone, and she's a chef or a baker, so why does she have ice cream cone? She's a pastry chef, first of all, so just want to clarify the same things. Pastry chef. Secondly, pastry chefs do make ice cream sometimes, okay? I researched this. I went online. Oh, jeez. I'm bad. I'm still alive somehow. Yeah, they can make ice cream, and some of them are famous. World-renowned pastry chefs, have famous ice cream recipes that they make. And therefore, she's allowed to make ice cream.
Can you name one of these famous chefs?
Yeah, the one from Ratatouille. Le Chef Lavar. I forget.
That's the one.
Yeah. His dad was a famous chef or something, Anyway, he made ice cream. I'm sure he did. Remy. There we go. Boom.
That was it, yeah.
That was it. And other chefs, the Bear. Don't let me bore you with my knowledge of, high-end cuisine.
Oh, the show. I'm like, what bear is he talking about? He's like Baloo? Like
we gotta make Chef Atlas where he's just the bear. That's the name of the skin.
Yeah. So I gotta call ahead to shut it off. Forgot to mute my phone.
It's good. It's not Discord notifications.
Yeah. Give me 1 sec. Sorry, Dan. Someone's trying to call me. Okay, let's play.
Yeah, the big polarizing one for Absa in Rivals 1 was always historically Aetherless, and it was because Aetherless players felt real sad going into that matchup.
Is it because of a recovery thing, or like, or just like
he's so big that every sweet spot kick worked, and then yes, also like recovery, just like a lot of the ways both the characters played was like Absa was designed to destroy Aetherless, and Aetherless was designed to lose to Absa. I will say, like, some of the best Aetherlesses got to the point where, like, it's like in any fighting game, especially in platform fighters, where like they get so good at that one matchup to be able to beat it that like it started to shift back. I think like Bagel got to a point where like other than Penguin, Bagel could beat a lot of the other high-end Absas, but Penguin was another level of challenge beyond that.
right.
I like, just because of so much of the system mechanics, like obviously Absa's gonna be better versus big bodies just because being able to land the kicks is really good. But you went into it.
I upbeat up into it.
Upbeat challenge. Who's gonna win? Olympia turns out. I think it will be a bad matchup. So just out the gate. But I don't know if it's going to be as crazy as Rivals 1 or not. And even then, I think like Rivals 1 had a pretty good. it had bad matchups, but it never felt like some of the Smash games where you get the like what feels like 90-10. I don't think we ever had like that skewed of matchups.
It's always super interesting to see like how a matchup changes from Rivals 1 to Rivals 2.
All right, I'm gonna hop on Absa.
Like I don't know if Crag players were struggling with Rano back in the day, but they are now. At least according to Jamie on the team, who I verse all the time.
I don't think Crag's liked Rano ever. Yeah, I think from day one, once Rano got dropped, Crag's mains were like, "What is this? What is this frog? Why is he freaking hitting 30 aerials in one jump?"
Yeah, take this away, please.
yeah. Why is it like that? But yeah, that does seem like it's a tough Crag matchup.
Oh, dude.
This one too, I want to say Penguin historically was pretty good against Rasters, because I remember there being times where Raster was a character giving Cake trouble. So like depending on the bracket, right, it'd be like if Penguin could double eliminate, you know, Bio or Blue, that would make things a lot easier there's a lot easier path for Cake to win Grands.
Right.
Probably versus Penguin. And that's just because like the way Raster wants to play, right? He was like really just insane punish game. But like having another floaty who like had also Absa always had a pretty good punish game. But also could play the zoner game as well. Raster just had to play different. Alright, let's see if I can get you.
Oh, dude.
Oh, frick.
Yo.
I need to double dash. I had that. I was waiting. I was like, all right, can I get a line set up?
I actually always get hit by that. Like, that was the other thing. The dev tournament Menace would hit me with that over and over again. I'm like, oh my god. Need to pay attention. Okay.
So satisfying. Gonna be crazy. There'll be that's the kind of thing that I'm scared about with Absa is like the edge game, right? Like creating if she's able to create situations where it's like certain things are so guaranteed because she can put out like so many different hitboxes, like we'll be watching that. Like even if her overall power level seems good, but she's just got these like setups that are just like no counterplay, like we probably will adjust stuff like that. But like from playing her, like yeah, how do you feel her power level stacks up like in this build compared to other characters?
I think that she's pretty good. I think we've yet to see how good she actually is, but I think she's on the better end of characters. And people have, and just from my experience, people have a pretty easy time weaving the if you like set up a down B cloud near the edge, they have a pretty easy time weaving it. People are better at recovering than you think they are sometimes.
Oh yeah, there's lots of invincibility around ledge as well that you can use wisely. But yeah, I just don't want there to be like, I don't know, like rinse repeat stuff where it's like it's always optimal to like put cloud in a very specific spot, put down B in a very specific spot, then like go for a set aerial against like, you know, even if it's only in one matchup, right? If it's like they're doing that same setup every time because there's nothing around it, like that's the kind of stuff where I'd be like, let's like make sure that there is opportunity for the other player to creatively get around it.
What if it's only against Crag? Can we let it fly?
I mean, if it's that, it's funny that you say that because maybe it really depends, right? If it's like it's only against Crag and only if they don't, you know, go for a pillar off stage, like a far pillar, right? If it's like really destroys their cancel stuff, it's like maybe, as long as she also doesn't just delete them for pillaring too.
Right.
But yeah, if they have if Crag has zero option, then even Crag we'd look at it. Oh my gosh.
Yo, It's just my opinion.
That's gonna be crazy too. Yeah. That's the other thing people forget because collab has such a slow startup. Like having aerials that delete on DI out, like that's the other thing people are gonna be dealing with is like Absiv will probably either be I'll go with her again. Yeah, like struggling to kill or like just getting a kill crazy early because you know, you caught him with a forward air or back air and they were like not ready to DI it.
Yeah. I kind of like that though. I like a character that kind of has like a little bit of a gambling to when you go for like the big hit and it kills them early. You're like, yes, it's just so satisfying. I feel like Rano's not like that. Here I am talking about Rano.
Yeah, Rano's he's just bad, right? Like if he had better moves, then maybe he could do more stuff like that.
That's what I've been saying.
Well, you know, I'll have to wait for him to get buffed, maybe.
Yeah.
This stage will be interesting for Absa. I'll put this right on the ledge. But I don't know if I can. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
Force them to recover high.
Come back, Cloud. Oh, you grabbed me. Does that also stop my Cloud?
Oh, getting grabbed? Yeah.
Oh wait, right now your Cloud gets deleted if you get grabbed. I forgot about that.
Even this one?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's like Lily. And that is because in Rivals 2 in general, there's more interaction with stage control because like a lot of it would just be like think of Maple or Lily if you can't attack it, right? Just a lot, lot more toxic, a lot less interesting in kind of like how you play against it. So Absa, we did go through that gauntlet initially. We were like, okay, how is Cloud just going to be this like forever thing that the opponent just has to like deal with and never interact with? And then we were like, oh, you can attack Cloud this time. And then we were like, no, it's not really the same as like attacking Lily to like stop her. So this is what we're trying now. I don't know if this will be. I think it'll feel pretty good, but like we're like, okay, well, grabbing Absa is a way to you know, kind of remove the Cloud presence. We'll see. Maybe at some point we will get to beat up Cloud because that would be funny. Because Cloud has like a little bit of a personality to it. You know, if you watch the result animation, we like let it animate and do things that like Absa's like, what are you doing? Nice parry.
How was that not? Come on. Everyone saw how good that parry was.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. But right now it's like, okay, yeah, let's do grab her. Get that stage presence off stage.
Yeah. That's kind of Absa's power though, that she has a projectile that's like hard to interact with. You have to deal with it mostly. But there's at least something you can do. Like if you really don't want to.
Ooh, little bug. The very early the effect remained when you interrupted.
Yeah. I'm dead. That is so strong, wow.
I think one way, the easiest way to make Absa go, if she was bad, go top tier would be make the down B just do a crap ton of shield damage.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
You just set enough shield breaks, right? Because it's like you could be doing whatever you want during it.
Yeah.
No, I think you like part of the counterplay to it for it to exist in this type of game is it needs to be, you need to be able to shield it. Probably does decent shield damage though, I would imagine, because you know the formula, unless you modify it, unless you give it a oh, let's go. A shield damage modifier is literally just its damage that it deals, like the attack deals. And it probably deals pretty good damage. So I saw somebody say Absa looks really slow and floaty compared to the other characters. One, she is a lot different, her movement, right? Like I can't even, if I try to wave dash back, and grab ledge, like I just kind of float past it. So even like grabbing ledge on her is like a lot different, a lot more challenging. 2,
Yeah.
neither Vin or I are penguin. So like you're gonna see Abs's doing things. But at like gold and plat, like we're both diamond now. So like we're decent at this game. At gold and plat, like this is kind of what Absa will look like. So like she is gonna have like a different pacing compared to other characters, right? I think if you guys are already seeing it, like if you play against a fleet, you're already seeing like the match feels different, like the combos you're able to get are different, the amount of time you spend in advantage and disadvantage is different. Absa is going to have a similar vibe to that, where like the pacing is a little different, and then some Absas might just be trying to keep you at bay the whole time, and you're gonna have to figure out how to beat her still.
Dude, master Absas are gonna be. They're gonna be so scary. I really do think this character's like really good. After what SBS did to me.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I've been beat by Absas in Rivals 1. I know. I had Cups, JC Onyx in Pacific Northwest. I remember going to like a local tournament. I think I got double eliminated by Absa.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Move. Alright, ready?
Dude. I was like, what's he doing? I'm not even looking at the cloud or thinking about it.
The best part is the angle didn't change at all, right? That could have been a stationary cloud. It didn't matter. But maybe out of sight, out of mind, right? Like the cloud was in your vision and then it left. It does still have an off-screen indicator though, so that's pretty important.
Yeah, I can't react to that. I need to learn. Oh, Edalus.
Yeah, I don't know if we're still looking at the VFX. I know like we talked about making the charge chain show up longer to kind of give players more time. In Rivals 1, I feel like I know like down B was like a thing people would parry when they were good, but I don't think Lightning Line was like being parried a lot because Absas would basically just use it at a time when, you know, you're in the air, you start from disadvantage, so you just don't have time to react to it.
Right.
Go.
Just standing there.
I was reading chat real quick to see.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Will we get to see the animal skin today? No, I think next week we'll do another. Planning to do dev streams every week. The one next week might be later in the day, because I have an appointment in the morning on Thursday next week. But yeah, we could show off some of there's skins. There's palettes and skins that come for every character gets, you know, just because they need progression. There's ones that go in the coin shop. I don't know if we've shown off any for Absa yet. But the character art team's been cooking, so she's got some sweet skins coming. So yeah, we'll make that part of the to do for next week, is to show off some of her common skins and things like that. Now.
I went for it, man.
Show Absa down strong into CC. All right, I'm gonna wait. Am I low enough down? I'll next stock. I'll hold down and we'll see. I don't think it's not like Peach in the sense where there's like additional hitboxes that only connect if you're holding down, and you just take like 70%. It's not like that. I do think it's just gonna flat out beat Floor Hugger CC though, because it's a strong. So that means, oh god, that means the final hit will like put me in knockdown. All right, down strong me. Yeah, so the final hit puts me in knockdown, which means, I mean, I can AMS attack it probably. Here, I can try to do that. Oop, I'm bad at video games.
That's gonna be hard.
Yeah, I don't actually know if I can omp stack it. Maybe I'm just doing it too early here. Let's try again. Well, I should be able to omp stack it. I literally can't. But it does mean you're not going to you can't like floor hug it like you would be able to, you know, a weak tilt or anything like that. But no, it's not. It doesn't have like the peach properties of like, you know, like a crazy amount of hitboxes where you need to the opponent needs to be holding down to get hit by all of them. Although that would be fun.
But it's the same rule though. Don't hold down against.
Yeah. Yeah. You are gonna get the additional damage, right? So you're getting like the 1.25 or whatever. Again, it's a strong, so in the new system, it just gets countered by, or it just kind of beats floor hug in general. But it's not at the level of Peach's down strong, unfortunately.
Oh, like it's not doing 60% if you hold down. If you
yeah, it's not only doing like the insane damage if somebody holds down because there's like hitboxes that like, you know, normally wouldn't connect.
Yeah.
It will do the additional damage for floor hugging, but it will do, you know, just that.
One day we should make a move where it punishes you for floor hugging even harder.
Oh yeah. I think it'd be fun to make a one where if they're holding down, there's just like way more hitboxes that they can get hit by.
Oh, I went for it. Dude, don't do it. Instant freeze.
Analyst is cooking. Where you going?
No. Yeah.
Oh, good. I mean, that's good use of multi-hit strong attack, right? I got a little. Probably didn't have to drift that close to stage, but
I barely touched.
Got a little impatient. You got me for it. All right. Let's do a best of 3. I'll go back to Maple. We're gonna try to win. We're at 3-3.
Oh.
The winner is the winner of the whole dev stream.
All right, so best of 3. That's 2 wins. Okay. Yeah. All right.
First to 5, basically.
First to 5. Okay.
I don't know. Let's just do random. Yo, let's go, Crystal Oasis. Dude, I love this freaking fork forward tilt. Because I spam the crap out of this move.
Dude, you got to get back onto strong stick, man. I'm trying to get you there.
The only time I play strong stick is if I'm playing Arcane. Because otherwise I cannot do any of the freaking hydroplane stuff.
I think that Absa is probably a strong stick player. Character. Because it is like character dependent, right?
Well, she doesn't have like that much, I feel like, movement. Like,
it's because dash back F strong, which is like a thing that people at all skill levels kind of struggle with unless you're at the top. So like, you can just catch so much stuff just doing that.
I will say there's no, like, yeah, it's like, I don't know if she needs to be doing the dash into forward tilt stuff. Oh jeez, that I do on Maple. So like, I could see her not needing tilt stick as bad as other characters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, tilts are slow in general, besides like down tilt. Get hit by that.
Yo, nice.
Oh, I couldn't get away.
that stage, the percent, the stage too. Once you're close to the blast zone, just death.
I'm not sure what it was like recovering with Absa in Rivals 1, but like the ledge really like changes the game a lot. Let's go. Like it's kind of hard to sweet spot the ledge with her, so you have to like rely on recovering high, which I assume you did in Rivals 1 as well.
I think the big thing is for her is the up B1 makes it a lot easier to grab ledge. So like don't even go with the double dash, just do
like that.
Yeah, and then you can space it so it's like safer. Don't poke your head above. Wow.
Oh wow, forgot.
No, the parry. Break the cloud. Go.
Nah, dude.
So that was so close to getting sticky.
Oh, I'm dead. No.
The DI, it's good. Ah, you broke my egg. Oh, this is scary.
No.
Just a little rollback on my screen. Cool, it's cool. We're alright. Come on, make away.
Dude, I'm so locked in. I'm winning this.
Okay.
Short grab range. No, dude.
Go away. I'm running. And I grab ledge there.
No, dude, this is... It's like a nightmare. I can't get away from it.
Hold up! Just hold up! Oh my gosh.
That was hold up.
Just hold up!
Oh man.
So funny.
This is us. This is when we're playing. Anytime we're playing, it's you're telling me to hold
as
up.
soon as you get hit by the first up air, I just feel you just sliding out of your chair. You're just like falling to the ground. You're like, no. And then I'm always just like, just hold up. The last one, you definitely should have been able to get out of. You definitely should have been able to hold up.
I definitely should have. I think I give up like half. Like after the first two, I'm like, oh my god, it's over. I just start panicking.
Well, the other time you survived, I know you weren't holding up because you DI'd the nair correctly to live. So you weren't holding up there, which was right because like I didn't go for the up air because I was like, you know, I thought the nair would confirm if you were holding up.
Yeah.
But the last one, I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. I was like, if you get out of this, then it'll be good. It'll be you learn.
It was a mind game. That's why I can't listen because it's the mind game, man. You're telling me hold up, and then you go for nair.
Yeah.
And then
I know. I'm a jerk. Buddy.
I historically struggle with Dan's maple.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you'll like take games off Trevor at the Devs tournament, and then you'll run into my maple, and you'll be like, I can't get out of these up airs. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, all right, I'll take the win. Let's go. I need to get through my bracket.
And it's like Jamie's Crag, like he has to verse my Rano, and that's like pretty simple. And then you're versing Jamie's Crag. You guys are playing like 7-minute matches. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, oh my god.
I think Craig might, or Jamie might have the head-to-head over me too, like historically, in terms of sets.
Yeah.
And then yeah, but you like you don't struggle versus Jamie, but then you got a mental block from Maple, dude.
I do. Look at that. See?
Oh, had it, lost it. Is it you dead?
No.
Yeah.
Crazy. That was
Love
nuts.
that. Love that. I held down for your shenanigans. Thought you were gonna go for a pop right away. Jesus, I was right next to that. Ooh. Oh, I was a little early. What other than knockdown?
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I'm Terry. Oh.
Dude, I always forget. Thank
I
you.
know, I'm like making sure you're marked. It's like very important for my recovery so far. Oh, purpled. Let's go.
Charged it a little bit.
And Rivals 1, that move like never purpled. It's like, oh.
Really? Why?
I feel like the KB on the final hit was like Absa in general, like all of her strong attacks were good and lasted long, but I think other than up strong, it took a while for them to purple. It would like require people to like DI poorly.
Huh.
You can still get kills with them, but it's just like it never felt like, you know, guaranteed, right?
Right. Oh.
How'd that near miss?
Backpack. Okay.
Can you imagine them? Oh, please no.
Thankfully, I'm floaty.
You went
No
so,
way, that's-
you almost died off the side of down tilt. That would have been a first. That would have been the first time I ever got that kill. Oh, Jesus. Why'd I do this? I almost put myself. If you hadn't hit me out there, I might have just been in range from the gap attack. Alright, let's go.
Oh,
We got
F
this.
built. F.
Started off with Terry.
Oh, he knows. Yeah, I'm holding up.
That one, you didn't get hit by. You only got hit by the last hit, so it doesn't help you. You know, hold on. Only if you get hit by the earlier hits.
Oh, there's all these rules now. All these rules now.
I did. I stole it from you. I just tilted you off the 2 up airs is all it took, and then you were like, I can't do anything. It's so funny.
It's so over.
Sick. And then GG's.
GG's.
I mean, I will say I have the advantage of the character that I play all the time versus you having to play the new character. So
That's fair.
yeah. Vin, what your roster is what? Crag, Rano, Claren, right? Probably your top 3.
Just look at the patch notes and look for the largest text boxes. Those were all my characters.
I don't see you play Zetter much, but yeah, other than that, you're right.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Zetter. Not too much Zetter lately, but
You're gonna pick up the new raster? We talked about it.
yeah, I'm probably going to because he feels better. He just feels good.
I feel it. I feel you. People want to see taunt, which I don't think I did in when I was in training. So let's do that real fast. Obviously, the way it works is you level up to get the other stuff. So I think we only have the one taunt we can show. But she's got her Rivals 1 taunt. She just said relax.
It's so good.
And you can hold it. Relax. Relax.
Imagine you could do an aerial out of that. She's off the ground 1 inch and you just...
Imagine you could do this taunt in the air. It wouldn't work because you need to be able to go on a tumble.
Oh yeah, true.
Do your stuff. All right. Any other questions? Can we see gravity jump? You know, I'll be honest. I still don't understand gravity jumping. That's like the downward DJC, right? That she has, which I love. Doing Rivals 1 was so funny because there's so much stuff where, like, I didn't play Ness or Mewtwo or any of these characters in Smash, and I was like, I knew I wanted to do a double jump cancel character. So, like, having to learn how double jump cancels work to even program it, and then even then I didn't program it correctly because I'm me. So I forget. I don't even know. How does gravity canceling work? What's the input? You bring back web dashing. Dude, I had so many DMs about web dashing. They'd be like, yo, Dan, why did you nerf web dashing in the Rivals of Aether patch? And I'm like, dude, I don't even know what web dashing is.
Web dashing?
Web dashing.
Dude, the tech names in Rivals are insane.
Look at this. I'm doing downward double jumps. Is that gravity canceling? Maybe. Oof. Oh, I'm so talented.
It's just isn't that just a double jump cancel?
I think it is actually. Yeah. Maybe not. I'm fast following it. That is just double jump cancel. Actually, you're right. It looks cool though. Yeah, that's it. Wow, somebody says that's it. You did it. Hell yeah. Yeah, I know, dude. I'm talented. I can't teach. Sometimes, you know, just raw gamer skills without even knowing what it is. But I was like, I can do it. I think. I don't know what it is. The input is, but I got this for you. Yeah, that's like fast fall out of double jump. All right. Well, we were gonna go to 11:30. It's 11:45. So you got a little extra time. A little extra dev stream for ABSA. This one the goal was matches. Before we go, Vin, just walk kind of through some of the stuff that you're responsible for on Rivals 2.
Okay, so if you see anything in 2D on like the UI and the graphics, that's pretty much all me. The ranked icons, the Aether coins, Aether bucks, and what I primarily do. Oh, and the events and all the event stuff, so all the banners and the general design. That's my day-to-day responsibility or month-to-month responsibility. And then the fun part of my job is making all the icons, which I take a lot of care to make good icons that feel different from each other, ones that you might not see in other games because other games overlook them, and that's what I do on the Aether team.
Yeah, and then we got to know Vin because of the character in your background.
This one?
That one.
Yeah, Hodan. I was originally in the workshop dev for a couple of years, and you know, then they messaged me to put Hodan in the game, and messaged me and Raven, who was my programmer at the time, and that's it.
Yeah, so Vin has been doing, like, I guess the job title responsibility, yeah, is like kind of, we initially hired for icons, even more like graphic design stuff. So those, the like crazy moving art you see when like a new event comes out and you can highlight over it on the main screen. That's all like Vin's art. And then, because at Aether Studios we're pretty indie, so people jump around a bit. Vin's been contributing to other areas as well. A little bit of some story ideas for upcoming characters, some lore, some mechanics, pitching some ideas for potential new characters as well. We got Jamie, character artist on our team, also pitching ideas, so two of them going head to head.
Yep.
So yeah, a lot of stuff. I would say yeah, a lot of design support at this point, and then yeah, even like the icons, the iconography too. So the new, sorry, the new ones characters have like rasters, forward special, current, things like that. Doing that design because it's honestly harder to make a good simple image than it is to make something crazy. So
exactly, yeah.
Sweet.
Can I wait? Should we show the you know the things we worked on the other day? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Is it AXA related?
Uh,
Oh, yeah, I think we
if,
could. Yeah. So another
yeah,
thing Vin worked on. Let me adjust it because there's one I don't want to show. But yeah, that's a good idea.
that's
So we got Evo coming up, right? So if you look behind me, normally my office is slightly a little less disheveled. But one of the reasons it's not is this is a lot of the Kickstarter extras. So at Evo, we'll actually have some of the circle plushies that we made, and some of the other goodies, even a couple physical editions. But one of the things we'll be doing, which we've done at events, so if you can find us at our Evo booth or you can find us at PAX West, is we actually have skin cards for Rivals 2 that Vin designed. So here is one of them. I'll show you the ones that we have. We got Evo Olympia. We got Tail Slide Raster. Dandelion Zetter. So some of these, obviously you can get these in game. But you can also pick them up at an event. Maybe, I think right now we'll see. I'm planning on they'll be like $10, so it'll be like a slight discount if you see us at the event. The cool thing is they're like kind of collectible. They have a code on the back. I'd show you the back, but maybe I'll pick a character to show you the back, and I'll just know that one's eaten now.
right. You can give that one to me.
let's do Dandelion Sedburn. So you look at the back. Oh, you might not because my camera is not focusing. It has the directions, has the code. So you can pick these up at events and kind of collect all of them. This is what we called like Series 1. So Vin made the design. Also, Vin made the choice to go vertical, which I kind of love. I loved it after I saw the first idea because Rivals 1, we also did skin codes. But all of those are horizontal. And those were obviously Steam codes. These are there. Yeah, I've been showing.
Yeah.
Hold on. These are, codes that you enter. These are like PlayFab, right? So they're entered into the game. And the big one, the plushie Orcane having a code. This is big because Symbiote is doing another run of plushie Orcane. So for people who missed out on plushie Orcane and still want to get the code, you still will be able to get it when they restock. But if you're not interested in the plush, then come find us at PAX West or Evo, because there will be just plushie Orcane codes for sale. Maybe limited per person, because we don't want people to just be like, I'm gonna buy 50 plushie Orcanes and then I'm gonna resell them to on the internet. No, that's not the goal. The goal is just being able to see us at an actual event, right? Being able to find a booth if we have a booth. The two this year that we know for sure is Evo and PAX West are very exciting coming up. Evo in Las Vegas in the start of August, and then PAX West is in Seattle in Labor Day weekend. So Aether Studios will have booths at both of those. You can get these skin codes. My hope is that each year we'll print out, Series 2, and it'll be different characters. So people can kind of collect all the cards. Again, Vin did the graphic design and like kind of how the cards look. There's like a cool texture on these as well. They're also all on like a credit card material, which feels really nice. So they'll kind of be like little collector items that people can grab at events, and I'm super excited. I'm excited for Evo, and we got some other merch that is in the works. Not ready to reveal any of that yet, but there should be a couple new items. One new item for Evo, and then a new item for PAX that will get revealed closer to the events. So yeah, physical merch, Rivals merch.
Whoa.
Let's go. And then I'll say one more thing about the Orcane plush. So I've had people ask me about, hey, this is sold out, I want to get it. When is it going up in the in-game shop? Why can't we just get it in the in-game shop? Right now, like the plan is, it is tied just to the plush, or now, to an event if you find us. When Symbiote retires the plush, which they did on Rivals 1 characters, and the way they retire is like they basically did their quote unquote last run that they wanted to do, and they weren't going to be selling them anymore. Now they have the ability to like retire and bring a character back eventually if there's like enough demand. But when they tell us that they're retiring a character, my plan would be then the plushies would, the codes, we might put them up in the in-game shop. But until then, they're meant to, they're hard to get. They're tied to the plush. So we know that means that it's a bit harder to get outside the US. So we're working on with Symbiote on that to just make sure it's more available. But I think right now the plan is, if you really want the plush and if you really want the skin in the game and you don't want the plush, then you'll just, wait for that character to be retired and then you can grab it then. But if you want it early, grab the plush on Symbiote's website. And that's everything. That's the stream. Any last words, Vin? Any Rano downplay you want to add at the end?
No, you could. I got plenty of that. I'll save it for later. But I'm just gonna say, come to Evo. It's gonna be awesome, and I'll be there. And I think Dan's going. So
I'll be there. Trevor, we're planning on going right now. We'll have Jamie on our team. Gabe, Diego. So yeah, come meet the Rivals team. Come to the booth. The booth we'll be rotating who's there because I think a lot of the team is entering. I'll be entering. So depending on when you stop by, you get to see different developers, and like I said, we'll have some merch and some new merch. So I'm excited. All right. Thanks everyone.